In this episode, I'm going to talk about the bullshit that I accidentally keep looking at when it comes to gaming content on the internet. I'm CommanderNici, and this is your favorite podcast on gaming. At least, I hope so. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Nikki's Game Universe. Before we get started, just a tiny little disclaimer. This episode probably will have a lot of generalizations and things like that. But it's because the topic really gets me worked up and I'm also probably falling for some rage bait. And there were not only negative comments on the things that I'm going to talk about. There was also a lot of hype, which was nice, but let's get into the episode. So, the PlayStation State of Play a few days ago revealed the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotai, and oh boy, the reactions were interesting. So let's go and talk about that, because wow, why do male gamers hate women so much? Like, there were so many comments saying, yo, Ghost of Woke or Ghost of Wokeshima or whatever, like Woke of Tsushima, all kind of variations hating on the fact that, surprise, the new Ghost of Tsushima, or Ghost of Yotai in that case, the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, taking place 300 years after the story of Ghost of Tsushima, so Jin Sakai couldn't even be alive. So that's that. So also, continuing a choice-based ending of a game is kinda a bad choice in my opinion, because it's just gonna make people mad. Like, let everyone have their canon ending by the choice they've made in the end. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about is the unnecessary hate towards that game, and the trailer looked amazing. Like, just pause this podcast for a second, go on YouTube and look at that reveal trailer. Dual wielding katanas having probably what it looks like, a wolf companion, muskets. This game looks amazing. Like, that's finally the game that actually makes me want to get a PS5. Before, I was kinda, I don't know, I was like, yeah, but there's not enough great exclusives yet that really makes me want to go next gen, because there's still enough stuff on my PS4 and my backlog is huge, so I don't really need a PS5 right now. And then Ghost of Yotai was revealed, and now I definitely want a PS5 to play that game. And the thing is, why is there suddenly so much hate on women in games? Like, of course there is, like, hate towards women in gaming in general, which is absolutely fucking stupid because we make up about like 50% of all gamers, which is a lot. That's half of all gamers are female. That's a lot. And not all of us are into cozy games. I love to fight and control giant machine robots as Aloy, save the galaxy and explore new ones as Commander Jane Shepard and Pathfinder Sarah Ryder. I loved to travel ancient Greece as Cassandra, fight my way through the post-apocalyptic world as Ellie and Abby, and figure out the mysteries of Acadia Bay as Max Caulfield. And before you come at me with the whole,
yeah, but of course you like to play as a girl because you're a fucking man-hating, feminist, queer, social justice warrior, whatever one label you else have.
I also love to keep New York safe as Spider-Man. I love to hack and slash my way through the levels as Kratos. I love to fight hordes of zombies and cruise around on the bike as Deacon. I love to run over Italy's rooftops as Ezio Auditore da Firenze. I love to fight all kind of monsters as Geralt of Rivia. I love to ride around horseback in the Wild West as Ethel Morgan and John Marston. I love to travel on uncharted paths as Nathan Drake. I love to save Hyrule over and over again as Link. I love to free the island of Tsushima from the Mongol invasion as Jin Sakai. I lost count how many times I've replayed GTA 5, and that game doesn't even have one male character, not two. It has 3 playable male characters, and I'm not complaining. Of course, when a new game of a long-running series gets released, I think, hey, it would be cool if there maybe was a woman to play, or I keep thinking like, hey, maybe in the future series we could play as a woman, something like that. But I'm not complaining. I don't go on videos releasing a new game that features a male main character and say, ew, again a male character, ew, that's gross, I fucking eat the patriarchy or whatever. I don't do that because guess what? It's stupid. And also, so many male gamers keep complaining like, oh, my girlfriend doesn't want to let me play video games. Yeah, maybe if you ignore the chores that are in the house and just treat your girlfriend or wife as a fucking maid in a hotel or whatever, of course she gets angry and pissed at you if you keep playing video games all day. Or if you're being toxic piece of shit like that, and women don't even want to try getting into video games, a hobby that you could share. There are so many great couch co-op and other ways of co-op games out there that you could possibly play with your girlfriend or a date or whatever, if you wouldn't be such a toxic piece of shit and kept hating on women, complaining about women being main characters, complained about women everywhere, shouting hateful and gross shit at women in voice chats of multiplayer games, and you keep behaving. And I know I'm not reaching the target audience that I'm complaining against. Like, I don't know why I said you, but those men, capital MEN, trademark, not normal lowercase men. It's capital MEN trademark, or male gamers with a capital M and a trademark after the gamers. You know, that specific kind. Those fucking brain-rotted, cave-dwelling, toxic pieces of shit. Green aura with flies. And they keep complaining, well, why don't I find a girlfriend? Yeah, maybe because you're a piece of shit towards women and can't even handle a woman being in your video games. Maybe that. And back in the day, Lara Croft was fine, but I guess a white chick with big boobs you can jack off to, that's cool, that's nice. You can accept that if your pee-pee goes hard when you see some female pixels. That's a good woman in a game. But if you see a strong woman in a game who fights and has her own story and stuff, suddenly that's a problem. And I keep slipping into the you, but it's just like... I'm using this podcast to just blow off some steam that I would otherwise just shout or comment at a random guy that comments such things under the trailer videos or videos making fun of those idiots or being hyped about the new Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yotai game. It's exhausting and it's so sad, and I mean, why would I care about what men in the video gaming sphere think about women in games and around games and everything? Because, hey, I'm a lesbian. Why should I care what men do? But men can also be friends and cool, chill dudes to talk about video games with, because that's a shared hobby, and it's just, why is it such a thing that some men, but like, it's, yeah, you know what I mean. Why? I don't get how they can complain about not finding a girlfriend or whatever, and then they also behave like elementary school boys who think girls are gross. Like, how does that fit together? Go suck a guy's dick if you think women are so terrible. Seriously. Why? I don't get it. And why is being a woman suddenly a woke thing? Games having women in them are suddenly being criticized as being woke, in air quotes. I almost get it, but I also don't, because it's the same fucking stupid shit. Gay people exist, trans people exist, people of color exist. Looking at Assassin's Creed Shadows. And all kind of stuff like that. Like, people exist, and there's always this argument, yeah, but if you want to see yourself in stories, just go make your own stories. But if we make our own stories with people like us, we are also getting harassed about it. I don't get it, and it's so exhausting and sad to see all this hate towards new games coming out that have female characters for the first time in a long-running series, or have, I don't know, a queer character as the main character. Like, where's the problem that Ellie has a girlfriend? Like, The Last of Us 2 is one of the highest selling games right now. obviously, great stories can be told if the characters are not only female, but also queer. I don't get it. This unnecessary hate, like we all have the same hobby. But seeing those comments all the time also makes me appreciate Channel 3 so much more, because oh boy, the men on there are so amazing and well behaved. It's a blessing to be on that side and to have discovered it via a male friend. And I don't know, maybe I should follow my own rules and not look at the comments of gaming content on other social medias than Channel 3, because it'll just make me sad and or angry. So, yeah. If you have the time and power and good arguments, maybe tell some guy who leaves such mean and stupid comments under a video, tell them what you think. Tell them that women belong in video games and that even female samurais are actually historically accurate, and that people exist and that they're stupid for hating on women, because the fuck? They have mothers, and does your mother know that you hate on women so much, dear anonymous, imaginative, brain-rotted, cave-dwelling piece of shit toxic man that leaves hateful comments on Ghost of Yotai videos? Does your mom know you say stuff like that, that you think about women like that? What would she say? That's something I always wonder, and people in videos doing educational content about, hey, look at those mean and misogynistic comments men leave on videos, and this is why that's wrong. Like, it's often either common sense or even scientifically proven that they are wrong about something. And a lot of comments on videos doing this educational content, debunking misogynistic comments, there's a lot of comments in those videos saying that those comments should be shown to the mothers of those men commenting that. And that should be content. Like, I wouldn't love to see that. It would be so fucking sad to see all those disappointed mothers reading what their sons post on the internet and being so hateful towards women. Like, that would be genuinely sad. But yeah, if you see someone being such a piece of shit, and especially if you're a man, tell them that they're wrong. Because if a woman tells a man that his quote-unquote opinion on women in games is not a good take, they'll just keep on spouting more misogynistic shit. And maybe, just maybe, if a fellow man tells him that his opinion on women in games is wrong, maybe they will stop in their tracks and think, wait, if a man tells me that this is wrong, and I'm also a man, maybe I should think about what I've just said, because if he thinks I'm wrong, maybe I am wrong. But if a woman would tell me that I'm wrong, then clearly she's wrong. Like, not all men, but even if a man isn't doing a problematic thing, if he's not stopping other men from doing them, he's maybe not as bad as the others, but he's helping to keep the problem stay alive. And with that, this episode comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to answer the question of the episode, and maybe follow me on my social media, especially Channel 3, the Goodreads for video games. All important links are in the description, and until the next episode, bye.